All right, here we're coming at you again with another episode of the Camp Chefs. This time I got my good friend Hans Caronia here with me, and he's going to show us how to do this barbecue shrimp. A lot of people ask me, when I tell them I'm cooking barbecue shrimp, they think I'm going to get some barbecue sauce out and putting on shrimp, but that's far from it.
Nolan style, we call it. Anyway, so we start out with some fresh shrimp, of course. These come from my backyard where I grew up on Lake Pontchartrain. And this is the ingredients that we use. Not much to it. The key, I think, is this River Road recipe barbecue shrimp seasoning mix. It's got everything you need, all the different seasonings, all in this one little bag. It makes life easy. And of course, you know, lots of butter and garlic and onions and some Italian dressing, lean parents, and some olive oil. And basically, that's our ingredients.
And the big thing with all that in there, the first few times he cooked it for me, it had a whole bunch of juice in it. And I didn't realize what the bread was for. And he got plenty of that
St. Joseph bread from Dornack's Groceries.
And me and the youngins learned quick, we almost fought over the pan to get to it first. And because we did what we call here in the South, sopping. And you would sop that bread in there. And if you don't understand what I'm talking, I ain't never heard the terminology sopping, you ain't from around here. But that's where right. you sop that bread down in there and get all the juice you can on it as you're eating your shrimp. And I'm gonna tell you, that juice that's one of the main things. I love the shrimp, but I really love to sop my bread in that juice.
That's right. And them kids been doing that since they were knee high. We've been knowing each other for 35 years.
A long time.
Hunting and fishing together, and we shared a lot of recipes together, and so we got this down pretty pat.
Oh yeah.
All right, so we're gonna get started here. Basically, just cut up all of the seasonings and blend everything in, and then we'll show y'all what it looks like before we stick in the oven.
All right. We finally done chopped up all our ingredients. Hans is adding a little bit more olive oil on top, and we're getting ready to throw it in the oven. That stuff looks good.
We got one more ingredient, the butter.
Butter, yeah.
The main ingredient.
Yeah. Let me get it out. And we're doing all this, and I hate Todd couldn't be here, but he had a group of hunters at Horse Creek, and it is what it is. He'll be here next time.
Kind of spread them out. Amongst the shrimp.
That's going to create all that sopping juice.
Yes, indeed. C'est bon.
Now, Hans, what do you usually set your oven temperature on?
400. Let them go for about 20-30 minutes, and then pull them out. We're going to cover them in foil and bake them for about 20 minutes on 400, and then we'll pull them out and we'll start stirring them.
Yeah. And
stirring them. Put them back in for 10 minutes, stir them.
Well, what you're looking for is, I know you've always told me, when they start getting that pink color, you know, they done. You know, they get pink, pull them out, and the way they peel good.
Yeah, well, the main thing you want to look for after they turn pink is you want the hull to separate from the tail, from the meat.
Right.
And that's when you know they're done, so they peel real easy.
Yep.
So, all right, let's get them wrapped up in some foil.
How many years have you been doing this?
A few. Yeah. We started cooking at the camp in Venice.
Yeah.
That was what, 10, 15 years before Katrina we had that.
Yeah.
Up until Katrina. And then now we have the Camp in Reggio.
Well, I used to love going to that camp down there in
Venice.
Because I remember the first time I went there, and we was cooking, and you cooked some crab corn soup or something, I think it was.
Yep.
And Gilly was over there cooking something on the stove, and there was a coon asleep right above his head, and had his leg hanging out. He reached over and tickled his leg, he'd pull it up, and then put it back down.
Yep, the good old days. And
All right.
catch speckled trout off the dock at
All
night.
right, I'm gonna get a quick close up of this, and
Wrap it in foil and
yeah, and this is what you call real New Orleans style barbecue shrimp.
Natural New Orleans.
There you go.
Ça c'est bon.
All right, we're gonna wrap it up and throw it in the oven.
And while we wait, we hydrate.
All right, now we got the shrimp going. We got them in the oven. Now we're starting a charbroil oyster section. And tell us, Hans, what all we got to do.
Well, we got some good Louisiana fresh oysters here. And basically, we're just gonna put a few in a pot on the skillet. And then we're gonna put our juice to it. But first, we gotta try them.
Tell me about these pans. These are super duper black iron skillet oyster pans.
Yeah, a friend of mine gave those to me years ago, and I tell you, it saves a lot of trouble because the old ways we used to take and shuck the oysters and do them on the oysters themselves, but this takes a lot of hassle out of it and a lot of work. Sometimes we'd get here and it was too cold, the oysters were frozen, so we couldn't even do it. It was so cold, but this is a good little technique we've been using. And what we'll do is put like 2 oysters in each one.
Well, if you don't have a super duper pan, you can use a cupcake pan. And we've done that before here too.
Yep. I stopped at Walmart on the way up here. I thought about it driving up here because it was so cold. And I ran in Walmart and got a little biscuit tray, and we did them up in that, and they turned out pretty damn good.
That's right. And this stuff, it will make, when he puts his seasoning and sauce all in it, and it's good sopping juice again. Oh, either with the crackers or get you some French bread or whatever, and you want that juice when it cooks. You don't throw that away.
That's the best part again. Most of them seeds out. Damn.
All right, we got the grill going, and we got Hayden coming out here with a pan, and we're gonna throw one on the grill and get it started. We got it going, and we're gonna start cooking charbroiled oysters.
And while we wait, we hydrate. All right, ça c'est bon.
All right, when I pulled them out, we're gonna stir them one time and put them back in. I think this pan's almost done.
Yep. We might not even have to put them back in.
I'm gonna check this pan out and do a little stir and see what we got. They've been there about, what, 30, 45 minutes?
30 minutes.
On 400 degrees.
Yep.
And, oh, they look all pink. What do you think, hon?
Yeah, I think that pan's about done. We're gonna leave that one out. That pan was on the bottom.
Yeah.
So we'll stir these around, maybe stick them back in for a few minutes. Get all that ingredient.
Look at all the sopping juice in there. Mm-hmm. All we need is some barbecue, the bread toasted.
Yep.
We're gonna fix that up next.
All right, let me stir these around a little more.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are about done.
New Orleans BBQ Shrimp.
Naturally New Orleans, as old Frank Davis would say.
Yeah. Well, everything good comes out of New Orleans.
Well,
Eating wise, I say.
Eating wise, right. Rephrase that.
There's a lot of good recipes come out of New Orleans.
All right.
This is another treat that comes from New Orleans, and we always enjoy it. Kind of going along with a meal.
A little appetizer.
Yeah, the appetizer. It's
Stuffed artichoke.
Oh yeah, it's always good.
All right, here comes the St. Joseph bread.
We're gonna put it in here and toast it just a little bit to be our sopping bread.
Yep.
All right.
And this is the stuffed artichoke appetizer. Cameron's favorite.
Oh yeah.
And we got some raw oysters here while we wait. Crackers and raw oysters.
Yeah.
We don't
It's
play.
all good. All good.
We don't play around.
All right, here we got the
Charbroiled oysters.
Charbroiled oysters. Look
Fresh
at
off
them,
the
they
grill.
still bubbling. That's gonna be really good. We'll get a plate out in a minute and show you what it all looks like.
Yep. And the more you stir these shrimp, the better they are. See how that hull's pulling away from the meat?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
separating. That's gonna make them easy peeling.
All right, let's get a plate and show everybody what it looks like.
All right, here comes the bread. Whew. Hot and crispy, like the doctor ordered. This is the best part. Get you some of that crispy bread and pass it through there. Sop it up, as Joe Allen says. Ça c'est bon.
All right, we got the finished product, and you don't believe how good this is. Hans could stand it. He's ready to sop one up and go now.
You gotta taste it before you give it to everybody.
I know that's good.
That's some good stuff, let me tell you.
Well, here we are. Barbecue shrimp, charbroiled oysters. It don't get no better than that. And I appreciate Han sharing all this with us. And we're gonna figure out some more with Hans. Do it. You starving to death. You ready to eat, ain't you?
You ain't lying.
All right, that's a wrap. And we enjoyed it, and hope all y'all enjoyed it. And appreciate all the people that have watched us Camp Chefs cook it. And we will have another episode. The next episode is gonna be some South Alabama coon cooked in the oven.
What?
See y'all next time.